little project here, and you're gonna need to just give me 1 minute while I get our other videos going. We're doing a simultaneous live stream on here, YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe. If you haven't been here before, my name is Priscilla, and I'm in an old church. That's why it's an echo sound. This is where we're coming to you from. Those are my fat fingers. This is where we're coming. And right now, I'm just setting up our little TikTok that we're going to be doing that live too. You can find us on all the social medias. I'm going to adjust this camera. This will be your best view of what's going on. And this play will be up all the time. So make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you comment and like. It's super important. And without further ado, let's get going. So I've been working with stained glass for a long time. Long time. And I love it. I'm addicted to it. Very addicted to it. And this year, I'm on a mission to do, I want to make 52 windows for this old church in 1 year. 1 window a week. So I'm behind right now. We're just getting into the second week. But this window that I'm working on, it's a memorial window right here. This is the fused glass ashes of my mom, fused glass ashes of my mother-in-law. And so I'm giving it way more attention than I'm thinking and rethinking it all. So what I'm doing right now is figuring out kind of the lay of the land. And I'm going to get this going for us here. You can hopefully see really good what we're up to. And I'm going to show you step by step. The stages of making stained glass. So thanks for being here. And the first thing, let me tell you about this window. I'm making it to go up into one of our arches. And I have a template here. And of course I cut my template out of Christmas paper. This was a turkey that I did. So I'm gonna just, before I get going any further, I'm gonna trace this template. That part of it is ripped off. Get it where it needs to be. And I'm gonna trace it onto my other board. I'm gonna scooch it just a little bit. This other board is about the same thickness, and it needs to be this size because it needs to fit in the window space. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw here on my board. And my boards, I draw on them all the time. I always use a Sharpie. And then I adjust and readjust as I'm going along. Like that is not straight down here on the bottom. We'll get a little straight edge here, straighter edge. So we're gonna need a glass cutter. Should be called glass score. I have 2 different kinds here. We're gonna need copper foil. That's what we're gonna put on our glass pieces. And we're gonna need a little stick to burnish, and that's what I'm gonna use to take here and make my straight line right here across this way. Now my soldering iron is up here, up there. Hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? I wanna make sure you see everything. Yep, you can see that. Okay, so get my Sharpie out of the way. The first thing I gotta do is put I gotta make this sponge wet. And I had asked Morton for some water. boy, oh boy, did we get water. And I want to do this in a way that I won't pour it everywhere, hopefully. And let it absorb in my sponge. I have not worked on this since last Sunday. So that sponge is completely dried out. Now, some other things that you want to do when you're working with glass, making a window, some other tools you might need. You might need some nippers. I will show you how to use them. This is our little burnishing stick, and you're gonna need solder. And if you're interested in this sort of stuff, go take a workshop. It's a super spendy investment to see. Oh, I don't really like that. P.S. You will love it. Something else we need is flux. Flux cleans the copper before we solder it. Makes everything stick to it. But this stuff is not good for you. It's caustic. And I'm gonna right now put my gloves on. Well, not right now, because I'm gonna copper foil first. I'm not gonna plug this in and use it yet. When I plug it in, I'll show you how to clean the tip. But right now, I just wanna show you, I had the bottom part of this window together, and I took it apart. And when I say I had it together, I hadn't soldered it yet, but I was gonna use this glass across the bottom, but it just looked too rigid. And I want this to feel like an organic field of flowers. So I've been putting things in here that I love, copper foiling them. And these are some pieces that we made in the vitrograph kiln. I think my mom and Morton's mom will both love these. They both love blue too. But their very favorite colors are red and yellow. And this is being live streamed right now on TikTok and YouTube. It will forever stay on our YouTube channel. And I can't read the screen, and Morton is not here. Morton can't get into this screen. But I would say good morning, hello, hello, and I'm happy you're here. No matter what time of the day it is, you might be watching this. So this is copper foil that you have to put around. You have to burnish this. Keep water on hand. Oh, and keep it in a bottle. Stay hydrated. Ooh. Okay, so the only thing I don't wear gloves for is when I'm putting my copper foil on. So I'm copper foiling, burnishing. I'm gonna finish these little blues, and then we're gonna start soldering some of this window together. I like to solder as I go rather than keep it all in place, but burnishing means to rub this down really, really hard. That's what we're doing. And I think I want to put this one down in here. Oops. Stay straight. There. I want these to just go up around this little hump. We don't know what that hump is yet, do we? It's little bluebells in bloom. So I take this, start one, and don't touch the inside of the tape, whatever you do. The oils on your finger will make it less sticky. This is a super cool invented method called the Tiffany style. Tiffany put his name to this. Tiffany did not figure out this thin copper. It was a lady that worked for him. I gotta look up her name and say her name, because it's her style. He just had the money in the, he had the money. He took the name. He took the credit for her invention. That happens. Okay, so we're rubbing this down. I have one more to do after this, and then I'm going to show you how I do a regular piece of glass too. You might notice a lot of this looks copper, and a lot of this looks silver. And this is glass that we made here in the studio. It's called vitrograph. This is called Marini, I'm sorry. But we pull it out of the vitrograph kiln. but it's rounded, it's thicker than this glass. This glass has not been in our kiln. And most of this glass is Yakagani glass. It's from one of my favorite places on earth to go visit is their factory out in Connellsville, Pennsylvania. I love that it's made in Pennsylvania. I am a Pennsylvania girl. Been all around this world and I love Pennsylvania. I can't help it. All 4 seasons, gorgeous. So you just want to pay attention to this part, because if you let it rough, it'll be all bumpy. See how that's all bumpy? We don't want bumpy. We want nice and smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Okay, he's a little bit bigger than this. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna space them ever so slightly. I'll fill in between them with solder, and a cool thing will happen when I do that. It'll create this natural, just like a natural break between them. You're gonna love how it looks. So right now we wanna, let's plug our soldering iron in. I'll show you what this looks like. And our place is still crazy unorganized, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, so I'm gonna get this out of my way. You wanna put glasses on. Where are my safety glasses? Where have they gone? I don't know. My goodness. Here somewhere. There they are. Always put your safety glasses on. Safety gloves. And I got myself a bad cut the other day. So we definitely want to protect your hands. Okay, so now I'm not going to worry about this part yet. I decided to put the birdhouse here. I love the birdhouse. I made that in the Vitrograph kiln. And I love this little keystone up here of green. I want to create something magical. And these little orange ones, I think they're going to go in between here. Orange and blue just are complementary. I think these are going to look pretty here. Just scattered in here. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this little guy. Put this guy somewhere. Maybe I put this guy here. No. I'll figure it out. Maybe there. We'll figure it out. Okay. Glove up. And you can tell when your tip's getting hot because it'll do that. And then I'm going to take, this was some leftover stuff from last week. Now, this is super important. You have to put flux on. Have to. But you want to do it light enough that you don't move the pieces like I just did. There. Now I'm going to take, and I'm just going to touch. Take me. Just touch. And hopefully you can see that here. This stuff, when I say this stuff is hot, this stuff is beyond hot. It's magma. Don't touch it. But I just want to get my little pieces here locked in place. You also want to do this with an exhaust fan or being a 6,000 square foot room with really high ceilings. Okay, so right here I didn't put it. See how it doesn't sizzle, doesn't work until you put flux on. It won't stick. Your solder will not stick without flux. How cool is that? Okay, that's all my little pieces. So now I'm gonna take a big piece, and I like to work with just yay big, maybe. It just I do a lot of this and it just saves my hands. I have osteoarthritis. Oh, that piece isn't on yet. That piece isn't foiled yet. I'm gonna put my little hearts up in here. And I might play around with this little setup just a little bit. Snudge things in place. Do I like that better like that? Maybe I do. Oh. Oh. Yes. That fits lovely. That is gonna stay like that. So don't be afraid. I don't like patterns because people get married to a pattern. I do not want to be married to a pattern. So now we're gonna take it, drop it like it's hot, because it is. This is just called tacking. So I'm just tacking these pieces on. It's not a full solder yet. You have to do this on both sides of the glass too. Keep flexing. Flex on. Oh, those little red hearts are gonna be so pretty. I love them. I have another one that I put up here that I might actually put down here. I'm gonna. It belongs down here. I am an impulsive stained glass window maker. Even though the windows that I make will be around for way longer than me, I like to do this impulsively. And down here, I had this heart that I was gonna put up there. I think I'm gonna see, yeah, I love it there. Love it there. Love it, love it, love it. You gotta go with it. And then here, I'm gonna create a big shadow in here. I'm gonna do it by just filling this up with my solder. See, I'm just nipping these pieces off. Yeah, perfection. I think I might do it there too. When you get the dark pieces like that, it makes the pieces that the light shine through even brighter. A little secret for you. So I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna fill this up with this. We want our focus to be on these little hearts. They're gonna pop. So see how I'm putting the hunks in there? Putting the hunks in. Now this thing's gonna get really, really hot. So we don't wanna let our soldering iron lay here for long. I'll zoom you in a little bit on the, get that YouTube really close. So hopefully if you're learning, you're going to be able to see some things. And I love answering questions. Please ask anything. And P.S. There's a million ways to do this. Everybody does it different. The pattern people, do that pattern. My mind just won't let me do a pattern. Okay. Now we don't want to go in there and cool that down, just let it cool. But can you hear it sizzle? I can. So this piece here, I had it over here. I might need to stay over there. Let me look here a second. I want this to come down and up like a trumpet flower. Maybe more at an angle. I definitely want it that way. Oh, yeah, don't be afraid to flip it. Flip it. Yeah, I love that. And I think over here, I might put these little flowers. These are flowers that I fused and painted. I might put them over here. These little circles. These 3 little circles. I love them there. Yes. And they're copper foiled. I love that. I love how that looks. Little doot doot doot, little doot doot doot. These hearts are my focus. And I had taken this off last week because I was gonna do something different. This needs to go back on. And I got solder on the back side of there. That's my good side here. That's my side. Oh, I know what I was thinking. I was thinking I needed, because this is green and this, the head is green on this hummingbird. That's why I did that too. And I think I need something there. And it might just be a thick ledge of that, but I don't think so. I don't know that that's gonna work. Dang it. I want it to work. I need to actually, okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so I'm not gonna be touching my soldering iron for a minute. So I'm gonna go like this, I'm gonna clean it. And then I'm gonna put some solder on it. And just let it sit. Because I'm gonna use it in a little bit, just not right now. So I'm gonna take my copper off. And I have tried in the past. I have tried to. You can tell how good you put it on when you do this. So I'm just going to peel a little bit here. I'll save that. This will be saved to put in a hole. Right there's a hole that's going to go in there and here. And this is why I'm not a fan of patterns, because I can tell in my head when this window goes up, it is not going to look correct. So I gotta peel that off, put that down. So I want to cut from here to here. I'm going to put it up on this line so I can follow the line. I love that. That's what it needed. That is totally what it was needing. So I'm going to take this and get rid of. Take this. What the heck is wrong with you? This is my little glass score. Even. That was the most horrible score I've ever done. And I don't know where my nippers are. Dang it. You can sometimes just break. Why don't I have our running pliers? That's the word. Tap it and break it. It'll work like that. This piece I'll save and put more copper faux on it. So this piece here, I'm gonna give it a little wipe with my glove. This is gonna be so much better. So much better. I wanted this pop of green up there at the top. You center this on the copper. You can overlap the copper. No one will ever know except you. You know. Push this down. I tear this with my finger nail, and then I burnish this. I love burnishing copper. I absolutely love it. It's so very satisfying. Okay, there's a little nub on there to take off. Look like there. Now in between here, I need something that will something that will go between my yellow, green, green. So I need a color or a clearness that will work with that. And he has a little bit of blue in him. So I'm going to use this. This is 100-year-old blue that I have here. But I'm hesitant to because it's that. So let's get, I'm surrounded by glass. I'm surrounded by glass. Let's find a good piece. Oh, this piece now. This piece, yes. This piece will work. So what I'm going to do is take this. I'm going to put this below here. Lift this up just a little bit here. Let's put it like this. Let's go just like that. Yep, that's what we want. So now, take your Sharpie. You have this piece. Make sure you can see. Can you see there? Hopefully you can see this piece. This piece is here, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to draw my line. Draw my line. That's the piece I want to create. I'm not going to put it on a piece of paper. I'm going to draw it right on my glass. I'm going to hold my glass up. Hold my glass up, look at it, make sure there's none of the green into there. Yes, I love it. And this little guy, I have a spot for him that I wanted. I'll figure that out later. So now we need to cut again. So we're going to take this, tilt you up so you can see here. We got to cut this. But with glass, I just can't cut that shape out. I can with my diamond saw, but we don't have my diamond saw here. It's back in the studio. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut one. And this is art glass. It's a tough glass to cut. It is a tough glass to cut. Here I'm going to take this. Both sides have ridges on it. Tap it underneath. And this part's going to be the difficult one, I'll tell you now. And that little bubble is solder. And ideally back in the studio, I would be cutting this on my Morton grid, but we're doing this out here, so I'm cutting it here for you. Take this. Oh, that's so wicked. So wicked. These little pieces I might save to put some in here, but I can't put any of this over here on his wing because the wing is white. So now this piece, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna make, hopefully you can see, can you see this here? See what I'm cutting? Yeah. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make it just like this, straight across. This glass is so super difficult, but it's super cool. And that happened. And that's okay. That's okay, because now I can get in here. I can have two pieces. I'm fine with two pieces. Honey, I don't have a pair of my running pliers here. Could you grab them? I'm gonna nibble this down just a little bit. And I'm gonna save these little pieces. Use all of them. Put this up here. Let's see how we fit. Where are we here with this one? Oh, why, that's fitting rather lovely. Let's see if we can't do the same with this fella. Perfect. Not quite perfect, but hey, I like things that are not perfect.
No, the screws no adjusting in them. So
Thank you, my love. The screw's not adjusted in?
yeah, they shot all the way.
Yeah, that's cool. These are running pliers, and you do want them to shut all the way, because it'll break your glass for you. I'll use those in a minute. Okay, so this here, let's get this taped up. And you could grind this. I'm happy with the fit. And since these windows are going to be 14 feet off the ground, I want those little black lines to be showing from where we put our flux. I mean, where we put our solder. They're going to make real sharp black lines for us. I think that's what makes stained glass so beautiful, are the lines between. Although you can't beat a big piece of glass in the window too. I had contemplated going with just cutting a big piece of Yakagini glass and putting those in the window, but did not do that. And if you hear a noise, that's my stomach. We haven't had breakfast yet. My stomach is saying, ow. Burnish. Burnish. And you can use all different kinds of burnishers. I like this dowel rod. He's awesome. I used to, I love to do all kinds of painting and all kinds of crafts. I like to do them all. There's nothing that I don't like to do, actually. And I used to get really hung up on realism and this has to be just right. And I've taught stained glass workshops for ages, and I know people who, even though I told them they didn't have to, they would spend time cleaning off this mark. You can't keep this mark off. When I clean the window at the end, the mark will disappear from the Sharpie. And when you have 52 windows to make, you got to keep moving, don't you, honey?
Yeah.
So, but I don't want these to be production windows. Everything I make and do, I like it to be one of a kind. I like it to be fun. And last week I was feeling sad about this window just because my mom and my mother-in-law, but, and I miss them so much. But this is going to be a lovely tribute to them both. I think about both of them every day. Burnish the heck out of it. And you really want to focus on burnishing the sides. This is going to be so pretty. Put that in there. Oh, perfect. I love it. I love it. And I knew I was going to have to split it in the middle anyway, and I love that. This little white one, maybe we put him down there. Maybe I don't use him at all. Okay, so this and this, I'm going to tuck this in. I want to keep soldering the pieces that I'm putting in place. And that's how I do it. You can do your window any way you want to do it. And I'm not saying this is the right way. I'm not saying this is the wrong way. This is my way of doing it. Glove up. I only keep my gloves off when I'm doing top of flow. Glove up. Fluxy, fluxy, fluxy. I'm so happy I cut that. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I just didn't press on with those big blue squares down here. They're cool. They're going to look good on a window, but not this window. Not this window. Oh, I was wondering what that is in there. That's that extra copper tape that I pulled off. So So I want to snug everything up. And I need more solder. And this thing weighs a pound, and that's why I do this. This weighs a pound. So if I'm sitting here holding this, boy, oh boy, does my arm get tired. And I used to do that. And I like, when I teach workshops, I like to tell people things that I've learned over the years that I feel like they really helped me. They're things that I just kind of figured out. This guy's gonna be lovely. That we needed that white. We needed that little break right there. Okay, now I'm gonna get away from that because art glass is notorious for cracking, and that makes it super hot. So I like to work at different spaces. I'm gonna come down here and work at this space. And I'm just gonna touch where I'm going. This piece I'm putting in a big hunk because we're taking up a big old spot. And I want to get this to the point that I can lift this up and show you. Maybe we'll even solder a little bit on the back. Especially these round shapes, you got to keep moving on them. If you sit there and just hold this if you hold this hot thing right here, you're gonna, what's gonna happen is, where is it? There it is. Sorry, what's gonna happen, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that, yeah. What's gonna happen if you just hold that hot thing here? It's going to make your glass crack. We do not want our glass to crack. Fix that on there. And I'm thinking I'm gonna probably go in there with greens now. Just little green shapes and pieces in here. And up here, let's get this on now. Oops. Let's make sure that's straight. Have our keystone straight. Put some more flux on. My mother-in-law got to spend the night in the church. My mom never did. My mom saw lots of pictures of it, but sadly she was never here. Morton's cleaning the kitchen. His little nose is gonna look so sharp now. I love it. I might put clear here because he has the little white chest. I don't know. Maybe I put this color of green. But I don't want to get the... No, I think I gotta use a different color. Okay, so now, let me see. Hey, honey, what time is it?
Time is it? 11:33.
Okay, we have time. Okay, so I'm gonna take this piece that was up here at the keystone. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna copper foil this part. Just put that over the top, push. Push, push, push. I want to use it again in here, in this piece. I'm not going to worry about the center right now. I'm not going to worry about that. I got to figure it out and think about it. I think up here I want to put some blue up there. Maybe Maybe I want more flowers up there, I don't know. Burnish the heck out of this. Rub, rub, rub. So now let's find a good place for that. All right, it's making a TikTok. So I don't have enough down here for it. Oh, down here maybe. Maybe over here. Might be a stem too. Might be a stem for a flower. Yep, right there. I love that. Right there. It's gonna live there. Okay, now these, I don't think they should go in there. I think they should do this. I think they should do this. These are gonna be real pretty little pops of color. I like that. I can line these up. All my little globs here that we've made will all go the same way. I like that because we got the blue one there, right? We got the blue one there. We got the orange one there. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. We got this little rando green one. He might need to go over here somewhere. I don't know. We'll think about him. He's already coppered though. No. No. Maybe over here. Maybe on this side. Maybe, but I like these here. I like the orange and the blue. Let's get our copper foil. And sometimes I do draw out like my turkey pattern. If you've seen my turkey window, oh, just tore this more. If you saw my turkey window, I had my turkey pattern drawn, right? But then I just sort of went crazy on it. Doing the feathers and all. So I didn't really stick to the pattern, but I started with the idea. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I wanted to do a turkey focus on his head and tail. So let's put these oranges in there. And then I'll solder this and then be able to lift it up for you. Wrap it around. You can also burnish something by rubbing it on a wooden surface. You can burnish it like that too, but I like to use the little stick. Honey, are you making a TikTok showing cleaning the dirty stove?
Yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing, babe. Stove. The stove was so bad. Oh. Okay. And these all have a little line in them, but I want the line to run up. Maybe the line should come down like they're little flowers. We'll try it both ways. We'll see how it looks. And a lot of times you can't, that's what I love about going off pattern. You can't really determine how it's gonna look until you get your glass on the board. And then you can have a good look at it and see. I love that. No, I don't love that. I want it that way. I feel the flow is happening now on this. Oh, it might look cute with it turned at a little angle. Yes. A little angle like that. That's how it's going to go. 100%. They're going to look like little foxgloves hanging down, maybe. We had beautiful foxgloves last year. 2 years I had them. I don't know if any will come back this year. They're a biennial, I think they are. I grew them by seed. I didn't realize till after I grew my foxgloves that they're highly poisonous. So Morton doing his TikTok. I love it. Love it. These look pretty hanging down like that. They do, they look like little bells now. Little round bells. Copper foil. And these little globs were all Vitrograph that I cut apart and then put in the kiln. So these took me about 18 hours to make each one of these. They came out really cool though. It's a labor of love, this window is gonna be. All my windows are. I love doing stained glass. You can't rush it. You gotta trust the process, enjoy it. And if I wasn't talking to you on here right now, I would be as quiet as a church mouse. You just get lost in it. It's great. I want to apologize to anybody in advance. Oh, another thing you can do to make it go faster. Look, you do this one. And I'm kind of burnishing as I was going here, but I know I'm going to be using both of these. So to make it go a bit faster for you, just do your wrapping and then pushing on, and then burnish them all. And that's normally how I work it. It's a little time-saving tip. I did not do that. Rub it. Get all those edges that are up and jaggy. They'll go down and go totally smooth for you. And you'll make your very best work when you do that. Okay. All right, so now put him there. I'm gonna kind of get them all. Oh, he's hanging cool. I love that one. And then this one, I'm gonna, and I apologize, my stomach is growling so much. Hungry. I'm gonna tell it to just hush. Skipping breakfast today and just having lunch. We had a pretty lazy morning. And then with doing stained glass at 11 with you, there wasn't going to be time to have. I don't like to have a rushed breakfast. I like to be able to sit and chitty chat with Morton. I gotta think, do I want to have it come up here or dangle down? I think I'm gonna have it dangle down. I think I'm gonna move that one out just a little bit, just to sort of give it a little hook. Maybe like that. Yep. Like that. I like it. Oh, this is good. I'll show you some decorative soldering on this piece too. Even though it's up high and no one will see it, you can do decorative soldering too, which is fun. Okay, gloves back on. Clean tip. Clean the tip off. Grab this. Gently put on your flux or you'll move everything. I meant to move those back. They had wiggled out. Flux, flux, flux. And I'm going to start down here at the bottom flux this guy on too. I do not want to have a crack happen. I don't want to hear that noise. That guy came out just a little bit. Put him back in. I'm going to do it and get away from it. That guy moved a good bit, so I'm going to turn him that way. You can adjust as you go along with this. Hopefully. You see that? Let me zoom in a little bit. Can you see right there, I think. Okay. Gone. And that guy scooted up. Scoot him back. I'm going to switch these two. That's what I want. That's what I needed right there. And then this one, that one actually looks like a little heart. I'll stand them up that way. Okay, now we're going to come in with some flux down here. Let's put some up here. Grab it and touch. Grab it and touch. And touch. And I think that this is solid enough. That piece is not connected yet. But I think this is solid enough that I can gently pick it up. No, not down here at the bottom. Nope, nope, nope. I'm glad I didn't go fast. That piece would have fallen off. Another bit of this. Let's touch up our pieces because I want to lift this up to show you. The magic part of stained glass happens when you lift it up. When you get light behind it, that's when the magic happens. So let me get you into focus here and show you what we're going to finish doing here. Down here, I didn't have that piece all joined on. We're going to join it on. Join it on, go between here, get these guys together. All that good stuff. I'm going to hold up and show you what we did today. Remember, don't let your soldering iron sit on your glass. You will break it. You don't want that to happen. I've done it a bunch. You'll see me do it. It happens. But we're going to try to not have it happen today. Down in here is what I'm really wanting to get nice and tight. The other thing too that I'll do sometimes is I'll put copper wire in to make things stronger. And there's another kind of, it's called strong line. I'll use that too. And copper wire is just as effective. This piece here, I'm gonna fill it in with solder. I want it to be a dark spot. So you really just break off a bunch of your big pieces and then touch. It goes liquid. That, I'm happy with that. This, I'm gonna make a dark spot in here. Around here, I can do more. So I want to lift this off the board. And like I said, I don't want to lift it off and have it falling apart on us. That's firm, that's firm, that's firm. I could do this a little bit more. And I know I'm gonna put a piece of, a straight piece of glass on this side. So I don't have to worry about that. I can just I'll take all my little extra bits and bobs here too. And I'll touch these sides. That way it's done when I'm ready to go in with my flat piece. And that part just sort of grabs it up. I'm done. I like how it just magically disappears. Magically disappears. Okay, now cross your fingers. Gonna give it just a second. Our only flopsy-wopsy piece is probably gonna be up here, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Do you see how it looks with the light coming through? Look at that with the light coming through there. I'm gonna take off this glove. We need 3 hands when you do this. I love how that looks. That looks great. I'm happy with that today. Super happy with that today. More to come on this one.